kicked off, Jess, just your opening thoughts from the first win of the season this past weekend and the takeaways as you head into Angel City.
Yeah, obviously getting the first one was huge. I think we've been a bit disappointed with our start to the season because I think we felt like we could maybe have taken some more points. So that first one was huge and even better to get it at home. I think it was a really good. I think it was a good performance from us in terms of there were not there were some spells that weren't great, but we kind of rode that wave and managed to come out on top and get some goals, which is obviously really good for us because that's what I think we've been struggling with that so far, and hopefully gives us confidence into LA.
Obviously, part of the leadership team, the first full game without Tierna Davidson. Just what did you see from this squad over the past week?
Yeah, obviously, I mean, we're all really gutted for T. I think she's an incredible player, but I think she's an even better leader. She leads by example every day, so we're really gutted to be doing it without her. But I think it's a case of a lot of people trying to step up and really do their best, and I guess just try and give that little bit more. I guess it's extra motivation for other players as well in terms of now there's like maybe it's another place in the team to that they're competing for in that starting place, whether it's that we're competing harder to try and win these games for players that aren't able to play, such as T. Um, so yeah, she is a big loss, but I think we've got a really good together group that are trying to step up.
With that, I know Jenna's here on the call. Jenna, if you have any questions, please use the raise hand function. I'll be sure to call on you. But just going into the Angel City matchup, just your thoughts on what your squad's preparing for.
To be honest, I've not played Angel City yet, so I think I'm really excited for it myself. I think obviously we're well aware that they've got some really talented players, some very fast players, which to me is nothing new here in the NWSL. I think every team seems to be super athletic, so we're aware that they might be a little bit more direct, to try and utilize those strengths, and we have to make sure that we can try and focus on our game. I think is what we always want to do. We want to try and control the ball a bit more, but make sure we nullify their threats in behind.
All right, Jenna?
Oh my gosh, sorry. I'm so sorry I'm late. Thank you so much for still being here, Jess. And I apologize if you've already been asked. But I one of the things I wanted to ask about is this kind of insane 3 game week that you guys have coming up, and all of them are away. Did you talk about this already? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, just both from your perspective and from a team perspective, how do you kind of I mean, physically is one thing, but mentally prepare for being on the road and having those 3 games and knowing like you just got your first win and you want to keep up that momentum?
I think I'll probably have to answer that after we finish these 3 games. It's tough because I think for me personally, playing in Europe, 3 game weeks is something I'm used to. However, we obviously don't have that travel, so this is like I feel like I'm going to the other side of the world every 3 days. So I'm personally really excited. It's my first 3 game trip like this, so I'm guessing that novelty is going to wear off in about 3 days. I think it's just a case that we really have to lean on each other and make sure that everyone is ready. You know, whether you start the game, whether you come on, whether you don't come on, but you're still everyone is so important, and everyone I think hopefully realizes that, and we all need to be on our A game, whether it's in training, whether it's in games, so that everyone is best prepared to get the 3 points in all of the games we have coming up.
And how has it been having Michelle Betos back on the goalkeeping squad? I know she's pulling some double duty now and filling in for some injuries. So how's that been like for the
Yeah,
team?
no, Misha's great. I think she was a really excellent captain, a really great team player. So it's like she never left, to be honest. She's been in and around, obviously, with us anyway as a goalkeeper, as coaching assistant. So it's like nothing's changed. It's still great to see her in the change room with us, and we've seen her in training, and she's not lost it yet. It's only been a few months, but she's still got it. So it's been good. So it's been great having her there.
That's so awesome. And just for you, because I'm not sure if I have asked you this since this season yet, even though I know you've done some other media calls. Just being able to be with the team, because I know you came in the middle of last season, but now you've had preseason, you've been there from the beginning. Like, just kind of how has it been for you? Just having that intro into with the rest of the team to kind of like go into this season. Like, do you feel like it's been like a good transition, and just how does it feel?
Yeah, I'm really glad I've managed to get the full preseason. And I think that obviously I already feel like I've been here for ages, not that I just joined in August, but I think that it makes such a difference having a whole preseason and getting to, I think when I came into the environment, I wasn't trying to, I just was adapting and learning straight away. And I feel like now that I'm here, I feel more comfortable to, I guess, have a bit of an input in areas if I feel like, it's maybe required, or if I see something that I think I could maybe help with, or and I guess also to continue learning the Gotham way and what it's like to be a player out here in the US in the first place. So I think it's been really great that I've had the time to continue to learn here, and also add in anything that I think could help as well.
And last question, and I am sorry, Peyton, I know you just joined. I don't want to take up your time, but something that you mentioned is kind of like the travel aspect in the NWSL is so different from in Europe. And I'm just curious how you've adapted to that. Like, it's basically like going to California is the same as going to England, essentially, travel wise. So, just how have you adapted to that kind of travel here?
Yeah, I think I'd have been home maybe half an hour, another half an hour, I'd have been back in London, to be honest. So far, I've not found it too bad. I'm not really sure. I don't want to jinx myself, but I've actually found it okay. I think it's been, I'm having to learn my recovery methods so that when I get to wherever we're flying to, the best way I can get going again, just swimming, his bike and whatever it is, and having to learn those things and that. But I think we've got really great physios here who can help in a lot of areas, and we try and plan our training sessions to best support everyone so they're ready for the game. So far it's not been too bad, but again, I'm about to find that out in 10 days' time. So
No, thank you. So I find that so interesting. It's like a whole different way to have to kind of adapt when you have that travel aspect. So I appreciate that. All right, well, best of luck on these three games.
thank you.
All right, and I think we have time for just a little bit more, just about 1 minute. Peyton, if you've got anything.
Yeah, actually, if Jenna already asked something similar, then absolutely I can listen back. You don't need to repeat yourself, Jess. But I've been thinking a lot about something Juan said over the weekend after the game was that you had kind of like come over and given him kind of like the, hey, I need to come out, but also uh, kind of instruction, like an idea of how to organize the back line with that decision being made, which just kind of struck me. That's not something that we always see with coaches, like that collaborative process. And I was wondering largely, kind of bigger picture, how that has functioned, how you guys function in that way, or what has created the ability for you guys to function in that way, where you're comfortable with that, but also um, that's something that you can do in the middle of a game.
Um, to be honest, I didn't really think about it. I'm kind of a person anyway that says I'm quite forward think like I'll say kind of what I'm thinking. But I just knew I had a little bit of an issue, and I had that issue going into the game, and I wanted to do my best to help and support the team for as long as I could on the pitch. But then during the game, it got to a point where I didn't feel like I was able to help the team as much as I was at the beginning. So I thought it would just be better to bring someone else on who was maybe in a better physical shape than I was at the time um, to see out the rest of the game and help us get the win. So I think that I'm quite comfortable going to Juan and having a conversation with him, whether it's tactical or really about anything. But I think I'm quite comfortable doing that with a lot of people. And for me, since I've been here, Juan has really always been open to my thoughts and my opinions, and we were able to discuss things quite easily. So yeah, I feel like it's just been an environment ever since I got here that I felt comfortable to do that. So it's credit to, I guess, the players and the staff here to create an environment where people feel comfortable to say, I guess, what they feel like they need to say.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Peyton. I think that'll do it for us. Thanks again for the time, Jess, and best of luck this week.
Great. Thank you, guys.